Good evening, everybody. I hope all of you are having a wonderful week so far. It's the last full week of summer. Tomorrow is the last full day of summer. It's with that idea in mind that the poem for this week's video comes from, and it goes something like this: Summer says goodbye, as the last 3 months have flown by. But it's not goodbye for good. The season is taking a brief rest before it reappears on the other side of the world at the next solstice. It's been an eventful season, filled with music, scenery changes, and new people met doing new things. Hot days of sunshine and rain, and moonlit nights ushering in changes to daily life. Though autumn is on the horizon, summer has one last day out. There's more to come in the days ahead. So yes, this poem, the prompt "Summer Says Goodbye" was on the list of prompts that Poetic Reveries on Instagram had for their September prompt contest. I didn't submit this one for their contest, but I knew that the moment I saw the prompt at the end of their list, I was going to come back to it in a separate poem, in a separate post, as a fitting way to say goodbye, to usher out the summer and look ahead to autumn. And it's been an eventful 3 months from joining Closer, the intro dinner and member night, to actually taking the big step of reading my poems in front of it on an open mic stage at the New York Poetry Festival, and exploring Governor's Island for the first time, in the midst of surrounded by spoken word as far as the eye could see, on a glorious Sunday afternoon, to returning back to Coney Island for the Cyclones game, and letting the sea breeze soak in the sea breeze and the sunshine, as a change in plan from change of scenery from the concrete that usually marks my world. And on top of that, just being out and about, walking around the neighborhood of where I'm working, and just spending time soaking in the present moment wherever I was. And on top of that, writing in a chapter in a multi-author book to boot, on top of all this, in between everything that's already happened this summer. Could I have done more with the last 3 months? Sure. The last 3 months have been a slow return to coming back, a slow reminder that the world exists beyond four walls, and there's plenty to enjoy once you step away from the familiar. I ended up taking a French class with complete strangers. I've had my moments of opening up to new opportunities in the last 3 months. And now that summer is coming to a close, the travels begin for the in September and October. And beyond that, who knows where things will go as summer concludes and fall begins. It's crazy to think that we're heading towards the last quarter of the year, but here we are. It's going to be September 22nd, and the summer is about to conclude. Well, everyone, that's it for this week's video. I will be taking a bit of a poetic pause over the next 2 weeks, as I will be heading to Europe for the next 2 weeks. I will be posting to my feed on a limited basis, because I want to try to enjoy the moment that I'll be in. But I'll have plenty more to say about it once the trip is concluded. Well, I hope all of you have a wonderful Friday and enjoy your weekend. And I will talk to you guys again the week of October 9th. Good night, everybody.